Yeah, I'm the CTO of e2E Services, which we're a satellite communications systems engineering consultancy in the UK, formed in 1999. I've been working in the SATCOM industry for around 25 years, primarily SATCOM, but also in the cellular industry. And my background has been to mathematical modeling and real-time network simulation. But more recently, my interest has been in network and service management, and in particular, how that's going to evolve to meet the challenge of these next generation hybrid 5G and 6G networks. Okay, so in my view, the integration's currently in the era of sort of backhaul of terrestrial 5G services over satellite. But in the near term, I'm seeing the provision of true 5G IoT narrowband services to users. And I would say, the eventual aim is obviously to provide 5G broadband services. And there are a number of studies and proof of concepts currently being commissioned by ESA and the UK Space Agency to look at things like 5G GNO-Bs on the satellite, and in some cases with the commercial cloud providers looking at data centers in space. And that will take into account intelligent edge processing of the user data. And I think that's really where the integration really becomes quite close. Yes, I would say that the two challenges that I see, the ones that are pertinent to me, I think, are how we're going to assure quality of service for the end users when you've got these integrated networks, especially in LEO constellations where you're going to be dynamically switching between spacecraft, assuring the end-to-end quality of service so that the user doesn't notice any difference whether they're a terrestrial or satellite is going to be quite a challenge. The other challenge, I think, is around low latency services. Clearly satellite, there are laws of physics with satellite, but although LEO satellites go somewhere in reducing that latency, I think the need for onboard intelligent processing is more likely to be required in order to get those latencies down even further. In order to really bring 5G broadband services to remote users, where they're on mobile vehicles and where there isn't any land-based cellular infrastructure, then you need satellite to provide that. And having that integrated is obviously the answer. The other thing is that exploiting the efficiency of satellite in providing broadcast and multicast services over large geographic regions is is something that satellite has naturally provided, and that would result in a lower cost to end users for 5G services. So again, integrating the multicast services that are being provided at 5G and doing that over satellite will be a great advantage cost-wise. For aviation users, I think it's going to enable broadband 5G business streaming services to someone in business class, such as teleconferencing, sort of services, and they can be delivered to the users on their smartphone or laptop during flight. And obviously the comms would switch intelligently between terrestrial and satellite, so that you're not always on satellite and you can reduce the end user cost to some extent. For the maritime side, cruise ship passengers, when you want to provide 5G video, voice and data services, they could be delivered directly to their users' handsets and laptops whilst they're on the move. And looking at the next generation satellite payloads, you can have beams dedicated to a ship's path, and it can be dynamically configured and shaped and resourced to meet the capacity and the service demands of the customers throughout that ship's path. So that could be quite a varying load or varying capacity demand over that path. So I'm looking forward really to hearing from the aviation and maritime end user community as to what the sort of 5G communication services they expect or they project for their users, as well as the expectations of quality of service. What sort of quality of service do they expect? Do they expect the same quality of service when they're on a terrestrial link and when they're on a satellite? In addition to that, it'd be good to get an understanding from the satellite operators of their appetite in providing what I would call truly integrated 5G services over satellite. So that's beyond the backhaul that they currently do. And what sort of an understanding of what the time frame for that is, because that will influence the technology and the integration.